Graham, welcome to the Kick Off. Joining me at the desk tonight again is Stephen Plath. Welcome, Stephen.
Thanks, Dino. Good to be back, mate.
Yeah. No local games this weekend, but a big weekend of league in Bundaberg at Salter Oval.
Yeah, mate. Got plenty to talk about. It was awesome. We got to go out and have a look, Dean. So, a bit to wrap up on the game.
Yep, a first for us anyway, so we'll talk about it a bit later. So joining us at the guest is Canterbury Bulldogs director, Andrew Gifford, to tell us all about how successful the weekend was, because we've had no negative feedback from anybody this time.
Yeah.
Dean and Steve, good evening. Thanks for having me back again. Thank you.
Mate. It's good to see you here, mate. You've put on one hell of a show, I'll say, on Saturday, mate. Awesome. Everyone I've spoken to loved it. Great turnout. You'd have to be happy with the numbers. And
yeah, very happy, Steve. We took a lot of the feedback on board from last year around the general admission. A lot of people, couldn't see the game. So this year we made a concerted effort to bring in more seats, have less people. And I agree with you, Steve. The feedback we've had is way, way better. Everyone had a comfortable and a great experience.
Yeah.
So the boys also got around the local areas, getting round to help with the All Abilities.
Over the Thursday and Friday, we went out and visited Wangara, Gingin, St Patrick's, St Luke's, and we finished off at Thebeban. And we also went to Hinkler on the Thursday night, where we had all of our past players and those players there. We got a great turn up there as well.
I think we've got some footage of that we got sent from your media officer. Yeah,
we had our team with us. Our social media team trailed us the whole way. Yeah. They've got some great footage and whatnot.
Yeah, Caitlin, she looked
after. She couldn't have been. Yeah, she looked after us so good. Really we couldn't have been more.
So
happy,
here we are at Gingin School.
Yep, and that was a co-visit with the All Abilities charity that played as a curtain raiser on game day.
Mate, this is really good stuff for the community. Like, to have NRL standard players come and go to a school like Gingin, they're not a tiny school, but by any means they're not a big school. No. So, whereas probably schools in Sydney and stuff, you would be active in the community a fair bit more often. So to have that opportunity for the kids up in especially our wider region of Bundaberg, I think it's an awesome thing, mate.
Yeah, I appreciate that feedback. And the other chap on the screen there's Blake Mara, who works for us down in Toowoomba. But people like Gingin and Wangara, they've never seen anything like this before. And we picked different schools than we did last year. And like you said, it was great to get out to the areas like Gingin. And we went to Moore Park when James Graham and Terry Lamb were up earlier in the month. Yep. And the feedback and just the kids hugging the guys, it was unbelievable. It was really a great experience for them.
Yeah, I'm lucky enough in my job to get around a few of the schools and stuff like that. And bringing people like that, quality football players, people that they're going to see on TV, and people that we've seen like Terry Lamb and James Graham. He was a massive hit, mate. I've seen a lot of photos of him going up on the social medias across my feed. Yep. And mate, wonderful stuff from the Dogs. Like, he's really put in the effort, mate. The region, I'm sure we can't appreciate it more highly, mate.
No, you're most welcome. And part of our club, we're a family club, we're a big club, we're a proud club, and we love doing this type of thing. The players, I was so happy with Carl and Declan, the way they just interacted with each school was a little bit different. They wanted something a bit different from us, but they stepped up and had a great time, and you could see the joy on the kids' faces. We did autographs, we chatted, we answered some good questions. And the boys enjoyed it, and both of them said to me at the end of Sunday when they were leaving, what a great week they've had, and they love Bundaberg, and it was a great experience for them both.
Yeah, excellent.
So, I missed out on mentioning James Graham as my hero as a England player.
Yep.
But my daughter, she managed to get a picture of him. So
well, James did 2 visits. He was up a little bit earlier in the month with Terry Lamb to do some promotional work with the government and Tourism Queensland and the local council. And he wanted to come back, so he was back again over the weekend. He did a little bit of work for Triple M, and then he was with us on game day in the evening.
I'm led to believe Terry doesn't mind a couple of the pink gin cans either, mate, from Kelky Moon. So.
Pink gin, green gin. Terry is a good ambassador. Let me say that.
That's awesome. Good, mate. And that's it. They give their time to come up here. They may be in a working capacity, but you got to enjoy the region, and for them to get on board with a few of them things. And I remember last year. They showed game day and it was
iconic. Steve, that's iconic.
It was Terry and Willie Mason sitting there, and they've got the pink gin can. Mate, that's like for a local company who I know Rick Prosser really well, and the whole family. from coming from such a small thing to now being involved with the Bulldogs, that's massive advertisement for them.
Well,
Yes,
Rick,
yeah.
like you say, Steve, Rick from Calcumene has been amazing. They're now a major sponsor of our club.
Awesome.
They're our spirit provider, and they're great. They've done a gin for the last year's game and a vodka for this year's game, a special edition. Amazing people, amazing business, and they see the value and the brand of what the Bulldogs can bring to them and bring to the area.
Yeah, no, it's good to see, mate. Yeah, excellent stuff.
Yeah, so we have a bit of footage of the game. A win for the Doggies.
It was a great win in the end. No, we had 7 players coming back from our game the previous week against Penrith, and we were much stronger. They had a good week. The boys have been up to the Sunshine Coast for a couple of nights. Cam, the coach, likes to get them into camp. Well prepared, and to have those 6 or 7 guys that didn't have the week before made a massive difference.
Yeah, no, I actually sat there, got stuck in and did a bit of, took some notes and a few certain things there. I thought the Bulldogs may be a bit behind it there for the first 15 minutes of the first half.
I agree.
And I actually think that the Dolphins kept them in it, mate, to be honest. They were coming up with some poor errors as well.
Yeah.
It's just, I think it was sloppy from both teams, but coming out after half-time, or the last 10 minutes before half-time, the Bulldogs actually got some possession.
They did.
Yeah.
Awesome try from Kikoel, just come back
Great
from
try from
entry.
Kikoel.
Mate, ran over the top of Cody Nikarima, which is smart football in my head that he's picked him out. And then, mate, the centre on the left side.
Braden Burns.
Braden Burns, mate.
Played
Had a
well.
top game.
Outstanding,
Yep.
outstanding, mate. He made a couple of them look a bit silly there, and streaked down the left touch line to score a great try in that first half. So what did we go in? 10 or 12?
11. No, it was the sneaky field goal right on half time.
Oh, Matty Burton, which actually won us the game,
It
to be
did.
honest.
It sure
in
did.
the end. So
and the Matt Burton conversion from Blake Wilson's try from out wide was magic.
He's hit that perfect.
He has.
Probably the only blemish for Matty on the day was a big mistake, and Dean and I talked about it, and the way Soldiers Oval works is he's kicked to the wrong sideline and the ball hasn't found touch.
Correct,
the
and our
wind.
first penalty.
So the only reason I say that, once the ball gets above that stand's not normally there.
Right.
That's their predominant wind.
Yeah.
It can just get in under that ball and hold it up. And I've seen it happen so many times.
Yes.
And, but yeah,
I think that was Costigs. They may have, from memory, they may have scored their first try off the back of that.
This come off the back of it. So we didn't sort of mention too much on that, but mate, that was his only blemish. His kicking game's wonderful. He's got a hell of a boot on him. It's ridiculous, isn't it?
It's funny that first kick, Steve, I was watching, it was my daughter Sam's the ball girl, and she was on that side, and I thought, this will be the first time she gets some action today, and didn't go out. I thought,
the hammer was there and took it on the sideline.
My daughter's ready to put the ball down, Sam was ready to put the ball down and had to pick it up and go back.
No, a bit unfortunate, but the prevailing wind out of that southerly doesn't seem to matter how strong it is either.
No.
Can do some funny
It's funny you
things.
should say that because Steve, our team manager, said that. He said the wind here is funny and the kicks, goal kicking is harder here.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
Open field, see? Open field, and like for both sides, I don't think would play in an open air sort of setting much.
Correct.
No.
Even down at Dolphin Park there, or Bluebet Stadium, is it? Or KO Stadium, sorry. It might be open air, but big high-sided grandstands all the way around. So, that's just a bit of local knowledge from playing up here from years and years. But
and another factor that was instrumental in that, when you said the game was a sloppy bit at the start, was the heat.
Yeah.
So our guys went, it was 24, 25 degrees out there on Sunday, and our team manager said the boys were, it was interesting.
Oh,
It
it was a warm day.
Yeah. In the aftermath chat, they mentioned, we're not used to this heat.
Correct.
Yeah. So I think,
There it goes,
in saying that, we would regard that up here as a beautiful day for football.
Beautiful day for football, that's right.
10 to 15 knots of south-easterly and 24 degrees, but it's a total difference coming from winter in Sydney to winter in Bundaberg, mate. It's chalk and cheese,
Yeah, it
really.
sure is.
They absolutely would have felt it. No, that's not the one. It's the next try he kicks from wide out. It's fantastic.
Not straight through the middle though.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He can kick a ball. I'll give him that. Mate, there was one I wanted to ask Cameron about, actually, and that, is there any option there now that Sexton's come to the club as a half. You got Flanagan there who started off the bench on the weekend and got into the game. This was a wonderful try.
That was a great try.
Yeah, excellent try.
He's had a bit of an injury-plagued season, Braden, but every game he's played where he's been fit enough, he's been great. Yeah. He really makes a difference for us.
Well, no, and going back onto that, is there any option there maybe to put Burton back out into the centres, mate? He used to do some real damage in the centres.
Yeah, I had interviewed him later on. We've got an interview on there on Monday, and I talked about him moving out there. So he'll explain that to you a bit later
excellent.
on. So.
That's out of my pay grade, Steve. I'll leave that with the coaching staff.
That's fair enough, mate. That's fair enough.
Rum City Foods stocks everything. Paul's milk, frozen products, packaged foods, dairy, bakery, drinks, chemicals, and all the hospitality packaging you need. Find them at rumcityfoods.com.au or at their massive new premises on Commercial Street, Bundaberg.
Your local Better are your appliance specialists with everything from fridges and laundry to TV, small appliances and much more. Plus, take advantage of our free delivery service within 20 k's of your local Better store. Go local. That's better.
Next time that you come, it's going to be your 75th anniversary, is it? Or the Bulldogs?
That'll be close. 35 we came in, so we've got one more year to go on our contract.
Yeah.
On our first contract, so we're looking again. And our draw options go in very shortly, and again Bundaberg's on the list, so we're looking to come up here again.
Yeah.
Hopefully around the same time, but again the NRL will work that out for us.
Yeah.
So you've played 2 Queensland sides at the moment. There's only the Titans and the Broncos left. if they bring a Queensland team into it. But
don't know. It all depends on the draw again, Dean. It's the other thing with Las Vegas this year is going to be throw a few little issues, not issues, but a bit something different into the mix this year.
Yeah.
And it all depends on the way teams have 7 day. Each team has to have enough 7-day turnarounds, 5-day turnarounds. Yeah. It's a massive logistical exercise to draw, so we'll wait and see.
Yeah.
With that, just you mentioned on the Vegas thing, has much more been put in stone there? Like, is the NRL keeping the clubs up to date on where they're headed with that?
Yeah, to a degree. So what happened, we all got an expression of interest, went out to all the clubs to see if they wanted to play up there. Yeah. So we put in an expression of interest to play. So I believe that they're going to get back to us, and they have kept us in the loop on what they're doing.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so I think it'll be very shortly as to find out what the first 4 teams will be.
Well, I've got a brother-in-law that lives in Las Vegas, and he is waiting with bated breath.
Yeah, well, I'd love the Bulldogs to be first up, but we'll see.
No, but, mate, the NRL are doing good things with trying to promote the game and that. The only thing I don't agree with is taking an origin out of New South Wales and Queensland, but that's for another day to talk about that. Yeah.
So after the game, we caught up with Wayne Bennett and Cameron Serraldo. So the Wayne Bennett Stephen Plath interview.
I don't know about that, Dino. Didn't get much out of him, mate, to be honest.
I don't think you'll be the only one that's not got the answers to the questions that they'd like. So.
That one, mate, obviously close, but not good enough now.
Well, that's true.
What went wrong there?
Oh, no. Whether it went wrong or we just had a bit of bad luck, and a bit of both.
When you say bad, what are you referring to?
Oh, bounce of a ball, decision here, issue there, whatever. All those little things that go to make up a game.
There was the Asako disallowed second try. Were you happy with that to be called back?
Well, the referees can handle that one. It's their decision.
And the Toby Sexton forward pass, or potential forward pass?
Well, I can answer that one too.
They're big calls, but in the context of your season and where you're taking.
Well, we have to live with them, so nothing's going to change now.
Wayne, there was a passage there, second half, when you brought Cody Nicarima onto the field. Was there anything behind changing the edges? Oh, sorry, Cody Nicarima come to your left edge when you brought Milford on. Was there anything behind that? The changing positional stuff?
Oh, no, I just wanted to get Milford on the field.
Yeah, okay. Team of work, that's all, sort of flared out, and then the centre come off with an injury. You pushed him out wide. I thought he was really good out on that edge. Was that you know, was it not, that probably obviously wasn't your plan to go to?
No, it wasn't, but we were forced in that position, so we had to make a decision.
Make those decisions.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there was no set plans. It's just strange in these day and age that you see a halfback come off the bench into the halves with O'Sullivan coming off, rather than going into a 9 position.
Yeah, I just thought we were looking when we were needing some at the time, and just made that decision.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a gut feel, a lot of that stuff, so you just got to.
It was such a close game, Wayne. Surely you can't be too frustrated with that end result in the end. So what positives can you take away from that?
Oh, just we continue to make an effort. We don't give up. Keep trying. Keep at it.
You seem to be like well and truly on top there in that first half, Wayne, but you seem to give away too much cheap ball and coming up early errors. Did that affect? What did that sort of affect in that first half? Do you think you lost plenty of opportunities there? And where did you go at half time? Because it seemed to change in that second half. You utilised those opportunities.
Yeah, I think we gave away a few less penalties in the second half, so that kind of helped.
On the back, well, going through the stats there, it seemed to be that you's actually nearly all the stats you won the game. You know what I mean? I know it come down to one missed goal, but on the stats you won the game. But in that first half, yeah, he's come up with a lot of errors, a lot of 6 agains and stuff like that.
No, I agree with all that.
Okay.
How hard does this make it now to play finals football, mate?
Well, we weren't even supposed to win any games, so I don't know why we want to talk about finals football. So 5 games to go in the season and go out and do our best again next week.
What did you make of coming to Bundy? Obviously not your home game, but good to see part of your catchment.
It's a great atmosphere today. It's great to see so many people, and it's great for Queensland Rugby League, and I'm pleased we're here, and really pleased with the we made a game of it, kept everybody here, kept everybody excited and involved, so it was a pretty good day.
What do you make of that result?
No, really happy to get the win. We had a really good week in preparation. We spent some time on the Sunshine Coast and got a really good block of training in with all those guys coming back into the team. So I was really confident in our preparation, but that doesn't always carry over. But yeah, just really happy to get the win, and there's still a number of things we can improve on, so that excites me as well.
A number of players back from injury, Cacao back from injury, scores a try. Did you have any doubt in him bouncing back?
No, he probably could have played last week, but just needed to tick a few more boxes, and he's such a professional, Kicks. He makes us a better team just through his leadership and his actions, and I was stoked for him today to come out and play 60 minutes the way he did was enormous. So yeah, I expect him to build on that over the next few weeks.
Run me through the game and the second half there. What do you think really allowed for that win?
Oh, I thought we were doing a lot of things well, but then we just weren't icing, some chances, or doing some ill-disciplined stuff and just giving the Dolphins opportunities there. And we're going to have to be a lot better at that moving forward. But the grittiness to hang in there and come up with some big plays to sort of get the win was something I was proud of. Like even that last try, Harry Edwards. Just scrambling and making Nick Arima pass the ball to push the conversion out a bit wider, and then they end up missing the conversion. Like, that's a huge play. Like, Harry only found out he was playing this morning. He came up with probably 2 or 3 try saves, and then that play which it would pretty much won us the game. So efforts like that, that's what we want to celebrate.
And you're still a young team, and getting that win against the Dolphins, the boys must be pumped.
Yeah, they're pretty pumped down there, but we haven't really done anything. We are where we are on the ladder, and that's disappointing. But we want to build on this. Use this last part of the year to build on, and we want to win as many games as possible. So happy with today's performance, but we got a lot to work on, and we've got a lot of cohesion to build as well.
In that first half, mate, you seem to give up plenty of cheap ball to the Dolphins early, and they come up with a heap of errors. So how did you feel coming in at half time to be in front? I thought you were a bit behind the game in that first 30 minutes. Did you feel that?
No, I didn't think we were off the game. I thought we were actually the better team. I just thought the penalty count was 5-2, which was concerning. That sort of evened itself up. I didn't think we were off the pace at all.
Okay.
Liam Knight, Cameron, he's obviously just joined the club. How do you fit in his first week?
It was awesome. He's a big body. He's experienced. He gave us exactly what we were looking for there. To come in come in mid-season is never easy, but it's probably a good thing for him. He came in while we're in camp and spending time away with the boys, and he's fitted in really well. He's very professional, and some of that's rubbed off on our younger players. He showed them how to prepare like an NRL player, and really happy with how he fitted in. I thought he went well out there today. Very excited what he can do building on from that.
There's plenty of talk.
First for us, Plathy.
Yeah, mate.
A jersey in the press box.
Yeah, get a gig in the press box, mate. It was a bit funny, actually. Yeah. I normally go to the footy, especially the NRL, and enjoy a couple of beers, mate, and enjoy the game. But I saw a different side to how it's all run. We sat there, Dean and I took notes, and I took notes, but Dean and I discussed what we were talking about, looked into the game, and the footy stuff's not that hard for me. So come up with a couple of questions and hope it come across all right. I don't know.
Well, I've been to a few press conferences, Stephen. And to have Wayne Bennett there for your first ever press conference, you did great.
Oh, thanks, mate. Yeah, appreciate that.
No worries.
Wasn't bad.
Yeah, so another first for me. Early morning down at Bagara, a beautiful Monday morning. We had an interview with Matt Burton.
Yeah, I think it was a good game yesterday, but obviously missed a few opportunities, as you said there, in the first half, but I thought the way we hung in there and fought hard in the back end of the half was positive and just good to get the result. Not really. I think Burnsy shifted over to the right side and Flano come on at half, and then I got pushed out to the centres. I was playing 5'8" in attack, but just defending in the centres there, so it wasn't as planned, but I thought we did well to it wasn't perfect, but I thought we scrambled hard and fought hard for each other. So it was a sort of just a last minute decision. I think there was about a minute left on the clock, and I just looked up and just hit it, and it paid off in the end. So we had a few crucial errors there in the first half, which wasn't good, but as I said before, just the way we hung in there and fought hard for each other was positive, and it was good to get the win.
Coach was happy?
Yeah, he was very happy after the game. We had a great week of preparation in Twin Waters, and coming up here, it's always good to get out here in the Bundy community, and I thought the way we went out there and performed, it was really good for the community and good to get the win. Yeah, really looking forward to it. It's a great spot up here, and we love coming out and especially seeing all the fans up here in Bundaberg. It's great to see them all. So, we're looking forward to coming back up here next year. Yeah, we did actually. Yeah, we went out in the field and they were running around, so it's great to see them running around, and it's good.
So that's what Matt Burton had to say. Happy camper.
Yeah.
That field goal just got it for him in the end.
Well, mate, these things happen, eh? Osaka had a chance to win the game. Couldn't ice it. Tough kicking from that side with crosswind. Always is. Probably better for a left footer, but there you go. The Dogs get the win, mate, by a point. Nice close contest. The crowd for both sides of the field, as in a Dolphin supporter, a Bulldog supporter, can be happy with that. It wasn't very one-sided. It was to and fro for most of the game, mate. Just a really good spectacle.
Well, when the results in the balance of the last minute of the game, it's a great game.
Well, that's exactly right, and that's why you
Rugby
go
League's
and
the winner,
watch
and the fans are the winner, and I think Bundaberg was the winner on Sunday.
Yep, absolutely.
Yep.
Actually, Milford surprised me. He only played 25 minutes, I think, and there's the losing. But he came out and scored two tries, and I actually think most of their damage. Cody Nikarima played exceptional down on their right edge, and that was more the question about why would you put him over to the left that I asked Wayne in the press conference. But it sort of null and voided itself when the centre got hurt and he got pushed back onto that edge anyway. So, but no, really good contest. The region loves this sort of thing. I hope it keeps going for many more years.
Yeah.
That's all I've got to say. I enjoyed myself anyway.
So, once again, Andrew, thank you for your time.
You're very welcome.
We'd like to thank everybody down at the Bulldogs and the Dolphins that came up and put on an absolutely fantastic display and got out in the community and made themselves known. So
thanks, Dean.
Thank you very much.
No worries,
Thank
mate.
you.
It's a pleasure.
Thank
you, Andrew.
Okay.
So we'll be taking a short break and we'll come back with Danny Blair.
Who can you call upon when interest rates are rising or if your fixed rate is ending? The Refinanciers from Aussie. We'll make your home loan work harder. Let's talk.
Welcome back to the Kickoff, and joining us at the table now is Danny Blair from the Dolphins. Danny, good to see you.
Evening.
Yeah,
Thanks for having me again.
You're all right, mate.
Before we get on to the Dolphins game and this weekend, we noticed a game that's gone up in Cairns, and Queensland Red have gone up there and won the...
Brisbane Red.
Brisbane Red, not
Yes.
Queensland Red, that's where. Brisbane Red have won the Forex Challenge.
Yes.
And you've been involved in that before. Can you tell us what it's all about?
Yeah, so probably about 3 years ago now, I was assistant coach to the Brisbane Blue side, which ended up winning that state championship under Darren Ferricks, who coached the side again this year.
Yeah.
I was fortunate enough to get invited back the year after as assistant coach to Darren, but this time we were called Brisbane Red. We got knocked out pretty early on in that carnival. I think Gold Coast won it.
Yeah.
And then they went on to win the state championship. And then this year Darren came back again and coached the Brisbane Red side. And just looking at the names in that team, it was a pretty good team to have.
Yeah.
So, but the format is that obviously Brisbane play their own little carnival. They have the two Brisbane sides, Brisbane Red, Brisbane Blue. They play Gold Coast, and then they play Ipswich representative side as well.
Yeah.
So, Danny, I'm gonna bring it maybe into what the local people would know as our representative carnival for the A-grade footy is the 47. So 47 battalion. So that would be the equivalent of that competition, is what you're saying?
Yeah, that's correct.
Yep.
And so the winner out of the 47 battalion usually plays the winner out of, I think it's the Foley Shield.
Yes, the Foley Shield. That's right.
Yep.
So that's North Queensland.
Yep.
Yep.
So and then they play each other off, and then whoever wins that game then plays that winner out of the Brisbane side for like the statewide final.
Yeah.
So that's usually how it works.
Yeah. So have they got? I think they've actually got North Queensland and Far North Queensland now. So they've got another division.
Okay.
So the North Queensland actually play out of Townsville.
Right.
And then from Townsville North is Far North Queensland. They've come up with another section of it, basically.
Okay.
So I could be wrong, but I'm pretty sure Brisbane Red in that final, they actually beat Far North Queensland in Cairns.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so, but yeah, it's basically your run-of-the-mill A-grade from around the whole state.
Yes.
Into a rep carnival situation. They, each area picks their team.
Yep.
You play off and continue on to win the what do they call it, the Forex State Cup?
Statewide,
statewide championship.
And I know that there are specific rules that, for the Brisbane sides, they can't pick someone who's played more than two Queensland Cup games.
Yeah.
So it is more of the local players.
Yeah. So more of a country rugby league setup, isn't it?
Yeah. So it's usually picked out of the Brisbane Rugby League competition, which is like the reserve grade to the Intrust.
Yeah.
So.
It's still quite a strong competition, Danny, and you've been involved coaching down there, mate.
Yep.
I've watched a few games over the years, and there's some quality football players still running around down there. I don't know. I know Western Suburbs have got. Ty Ingebrigtsen was coaching them this year.
Yep.
And he's put together a fairly decent side.
They usually do.
They do.
So they're one of the stronger BRL sides.
Yeah.
He had a couple of ex-NRL players, I think, still going around for him.
Yes, yeah.
A couple of ex-Bronco players. I'm trying to think off the top of my head, but I can't think of the names at the moment. But, a couple of the team lists I've seen that come through, and I'm like, wow. Yeah. Are they eligible to play? You said about the Queensland Cup.
Yeah, well, if they're
not actually currently playing Cup?
If they're not an NRL contracted player and they haven't played those two Host Plus Cup games, then they're more than eligible to play.
Yeah, right, okay.
Or be selected in the side.
Excellent.
Yep.
So you had a bit to do with Aidan Herbert, who captained the side. We have got an interview with Aidan after the game up in Cairns.
And Hayden Herbert, how do you feel about winning the 4X League Championship?
Mate, it's an unreal feeling. It's been a long time since we first started the Chairman's Challenge at Ipswich, but yeah, it's good to get around the boys, and we've worked hard for this, so we'll go and enjoy it now.
What do you think you did so well today that got you the win?
Just playing as a team. Like we don't really have individuals that like stand out, but yeah, we just gel as a team. We get around each other and just dig deep when we're in defence, and our attack comes naturally after that.
You had a setback early on, conceding a try. How did you bounce back from that?
Yeah, we just scrapped that, and it was only 6 points, and they scored in the first 5 minutes or so. So we didn't do well on that. We just kept going.
They kept coming at you in the first half, and they got down to 4 points, but then you really broke away in that last 10 minutes or so. Tell us about how you were able to do that, and David Quinlan and Luke Maddiford doing some great work on the left there.
Yeah, the left edge killed it tonight. No, we just stuck to our game plan. We went away from our game plan to start the game, and yeah, as you've seen, it didn't really work for us. We were down, but then we sort of clicked into gear and started to run away with it. But credit to them, they come back and gave a great fight in the end. So,
what did you discuss at half time, and did you feel you stuck to that in the second half?
Yeah, same thing. Just sticking to our game plan and trusting our process. Like since we started, we just stick to our game plan, and it pulled off tonight. So happy about that.
There was a long break there due to a Cairns player suffering a serious injury, and you guys had to kind of bounce back after that. How did you cope with that, and how do you think the boys kind of got up afterwards?
Yeah, the boys were freezing cold when we first come back, but we defended the first set, but then we let them score some easy tries after that. But then we got some possession and sort of just clicked into gear again like the first half, and yeah, all up, we feel sorry for that Cairns player. Like, send all our love to himself and his family. So,
were you a little nervous at the end there? Or were you always confident?
No, I was a bit nervous. I think all the boys were a bit nervous. They were saying, yeah, no, they were coming back very hard. So,
when did you think you had the game won? Was that sideline conversion of yours?
Oh, I think that was a fluke, but no, that was only 8 points, I think. So I think when we went up to 10 points, or I thought, yeah, maybe we might have it here. It might be too much for them to come back.
So that's a big win up in Cairns. Hayden Herbert, I've seen that name in a few teams. So
yeah,
selections for rep sides. What's his story?
Well, Hayden. I come across Hayden when we at the Pine Rivers Bears for the BRL. Yeah. He played the first 2 seasons there before going, and I think he's still at the current club of Bulimba Bulldogs. Okay. Look, he's a great player, and for him to captain that side, I think that's just desserts. You know, to showcase his wares out on that stage. I think he came through the Melbourne Storm junior system. Okay. You know, back then I think it might have been their 18s or their 21s or something before.
Yeah.
You know.
So he's obviously got some talent there, mate. So.
Oh, definitely. And
how old would he be, Danny? Do you think?
Oh, it'd have to be
mid-20s
by now.
Yeah, right. Yeah. So he's still got quite a few years of footy left in him.
Yeah.
Oh, well done.
Yeah. Knows how to steer a team around the park. So you know.
Obviously a half then.
Yeah, he plays in the halves, and yeah. And like I said, led that side to that win. So
no, awesome stuff. Well done to Brizzy for getting the win. A few years ago, Toowoomba took it all the way, I think, and North Queensland beat them in the major semi out of North Queensland, and so that was out of the 47 battalion stuff. So yeah, I think that would have been not last year before. Could have been the year before that actually, because we had a year off with COVID. So yeah.
So it's a good concept.
I think it's a fantastic concept, and you know, with a lot of the rep competitions kind of they were faded out a while ago. Like bringing things like this back in really gives players something to strive for. Shows there is a bit of a pathway there for them to get looked at.
Yeah, it is a little disappointing. They don't go on with the Queensland Rangers. I think it'll be a nice way to
reward them.
The best in the state. You know, when they stopped that carnival where it used to be North Queensland, Central Brisbane, South Coast, Gold Coast, would play off in a state carnival. So all those teams. So our division was the Crows, Central Crows. We would then go down and play off. We've had a few good quality players like Matty Temps, Shawnee Collins, and blokes like that actually going to play for the Rangers out of Bundy, and it was a really good treat for them, you know, to go into a week-long camp, and you know the QRL did a good job of running that sort of side of things and the setup and what they went through, and then they would play the opposite of the New South Wales local league. So all your group competitions did the same sort of setup. Something like that would be good, even if it was just an honorary. You know what I mean? Like something like that to maybe select a side out of something like that. It's probably a bit harder when some players don't get the opportunity maybe now to go on. So, you know, Bundaberg a couple of years ago, we lost the final to Rockhampton. So Rockhampton moved on in that competition. They played North Queensland and got knocked out. So, you know what I mean? But it's awesome, mate. That, you know, and it spreads throughout the season. You know what I mean? It's not just one carnival atmosphere. It's a consistent thing. You get to know them blokes really well and travel with them and all that sort of thing.
No, I totally agree. Maybe we speak to Bryce about that. Putting something forward.
Might have to put it. Might have to get Brycey over on Friday for a couple of tins and twist his arm, but we'll see.
Rum City Foods stocks everything. Paul's milk, frozen products, packaged foods, dairy, bakery, drinks, chemicals, and all the hospitality packaging you need. Find them at rumcityfoods.com.au or at their massive new premises on Commercial Street, Bundaberg.
Your local Better are your appliance specialists with everything from fridges and laundry to TV, small appliances and much more. Plus, with a range of payment options available, you can buy now and pay later. Go local, that's better.
You're a very busy man doing this development thing. This last week, you've been doing preparation for the weekend's game and also a little come try carnival.
Oh yes,
Yeah,
on Saturday, it was great. And look, I've got to give all credit to the Brisbane-based Dolphins NRL staff who organised a lot of that. They were fantastic on the day, and you know, they came down the day early. We prepped everything for Saturday, and the players came straight in on the bus, got off the bus and straight into the clinic. And you know, it was great to see so many kids there. Like I think it's sold out, you know, within the hour kind of thing. You know, 160 kids, and you know, and then all their parents and.
Yeah, I was there with the two grandkids.
Oh yeah,
So
and I think the players are really engaging, and you know, the feedback from it's really positive. And even like having the players, like I know the staff were trying to get them on the bus to get to dinner at the Waves Sports Club on time. But you know, like even the Hammers, like yep, and he'd take another photo or sign something else. And
there was a huge queue. They just lined them up, 13 players down there, and they went past with every player signed.
Well, Danny, you and me, we're not that far apart in age. You've got me by a few years, just like to say. But we, like, and you grew up in Bundy, and we know what it's like. Like when we were younger, we didn't get any of that sort of thing really. It was hard to come by. You know, if we got any type of NRL or rugby league hero come up here, it was a massive deal. The Broncos did it from time to time, and they were. But I think with the way the game's being brought here by the Dogs, and then this year, especially with some of the the Origin heroes like the Hammer, and our hometown boy Kafusi, Felice, like these kids see that to give them that opportunity to actually go and meet the heroes it's special. You know?
It is.
Yeah, definitely.
It's stuff they'll never forget.
Oh, exactly right, and that's what I was going back to saying. Like, you know, it just goes to show, you know, 160 kids sold out, you know, within an hour. The shows there's a demand there, you know, and that was just for a clinic. and then the opportunity to get a photo and to get something signed by the players and just have a chat or just to mingle with them while doing a drill. Like the smiles on the face of the kids that left there. And it was.
Mate, it's just good for the community. Like, you know, everything, all that sort of stuff. You know, it's going to build numbers and kids on the park. You know, from a development point of view. You know, like I know, like the Dolphins are highly involved now with our Wide Bay. You're involved. You're heavily involved with the Wide Bay stuff. We'd like to see that. Probably we've talked about it a few times on the show, especially me and Dan, about the pathways and. Mate, it all seems to be going in the right direction. So, you know, on the back of all this sort of stuff happening in our region, finally, maybe we're not that middle of, out of the way, nowhere position that we used to be. And, you know.
Well, I think when you have a look at it, like so many people follow rugby league and, you know, they're on their phones all the time looking, where are they playing, what are they doing? Now you get that, Bundaberg. And a lot of people go, where's Bundaberg? And then next minute there's an interest in the town. And then people go, we might go there, you know. And I even know people have sat there and gone, they travel around and watch all the Dolphins games. And so they're travelling to Bundaberg following the team as well. So there's new tourism coming in and, you know, people get excited about the town. Then the kids see the crowds, you know, a sellout in the crowd. And, you know, they're like, that'd be great if one day I was able to come back and play on this field like this.
So, I did hear there was a mob. I heard a little story that they got a minibus together, a few Dolphin supporters, and rolled up, tried to get a ticket at the gate, mate. They found a nice spot back of the waves to have a few beers and watch the game anyway. But
well, how good if you couldn't be at the game? How good of a spot's the Waves Sports Club?
Oh well, right then. Come on. Well, mate, it's only down the road for me, so
So, boys would have been disappointed not to come away with a win. Did you eat with them?
No, they were straight on the bus afterwards and heading back because obviously they have to play in Perth this week. So part of their preparations, you know, it's a quick turnaround for them. So, but look, with anything, like obviously we had a meal with all the staff afterwards and that as well. And you know, I think if you sit back and I think it might have even been in the interview where Wayne said no one gave them a chance to win one game this year, and here they are sitting. I think they've won 8 and lost 10, which is nearly 50-50. So
they're going well.
You know, nearly everybody's wooden spoon. All the journos.
And sometimes you know you can be a victim of your own success. Like at the beginning of the year, coming out of the gates really well and generated so much interest with that. And so suddenly everyone's expectations went from way down low to really high.
Yeah, and Wayne actually said the one question, we didn't have it up there on the press conference, and he did say that. He said, well, you know, I think the question was, you know, how much does that sort of put in your finals aspirations? And he said, well, we weren't meant to win a game all year. So I think
why are we talking about finals?
So, exactly.
You know, but as a perspective of a football fan and that the Dolphins coming in, such a rich history in that club. They've been around a long, long time. They've had some wonderful players. They had the processes in place already. Very successful at Queensland Cup level. You know, and it's just flowed straight in now. You put probably the best coach or the most successful coach in the game behind them, mate, they're going to win football games. They've got to. You know what I mean? And it can only go up from here. And I think by having a season like this to start is going to be a big advantage now to bring maybe a few more marquee players to the club. So, and I mean, you're getting quite a few off the Broncos. Herbie Farnsworth, a big loss for the Broncos, I think, and he'll be at the Dolphins next year. Awesome centre, having a great year. Who was the other one? There was another one that was
Big Red. Flagler.
Oh, Flagler.
Flagler,
And he's going to be another loss for the Broncos. You know, and that just bolsters that forward pack a bit more and a bit more flair out on that edge. Look out.
So, mate, suitcases packed. You mentioned Perth. That's where you're heading tomorrow. What's your plans out there?
Yeah, early flight tomorrow morning.
They're giving you a gig in Perth.
Yes, very fortunate. Very fortunate to you know, as
Kept
part
that
of
one quiet, Denny, didn't you?
as part of the game development, obviously the NRL's taken, I think it's a double header there this coming weekend, and as part of that, you know, like I said, the Broncos, NRL staff, and organisation as a whole are very proactive, and you know, they've just gone, yep, you know, it's probably not good enough just going there and playing a game in Perth. Let's actually get into the community, much like, you know, they've done with, you know, an association with the Wave Sports Club and putting me here. You know, let's get in the community, let's really build the game there, and you know, get the Dolphins branding out there and get more kids involved in rugby league. So that's part of what I'll be doing is, you know, I'll fly in tomorrow and probably get off the plane and go straight to one of the schools that we've got organised around lunchtime, and then we just go from there.
They no, that's really good. I was unaware that I thought it was just 2 games of footy. You know, like, but there's a lot of people that don't really like. I mean, AFL's huge over there. Don't get me wrong, but there is quite a good, solid A-grade competition around the Perth area. I looked into a bit. Then there's another one further up, and then further up you go. It gets smaller, but I know, is it Port Hedland or?
Not sure, mate.
Anyway, but yeah, I watched a bit of stuff on it there one time, and a gentleman we had play, a Kiwi bloke come over and play for Brothers one year. He actually went and spent a season in the Perth comp, and it was pretty tight. I saw some good footage, and you know, so the game is building over there.
Yeah, and look, I think they're one of the places that are looking at trying to get that next NRL bid as well. So you know, I think there's a lot of
from the success of the Perth Reds, that was a success. And there was just the join of the Super League war. Well, teams had to go, and they were one of them.
Well, a lot of those Perth Reds players ended up going into that Melbourne Storm system when they started.
Correct.
So you know,
what was his name? He ended up winning a comp at Melbourne. Then he started at the Reds, I think.
Gaia did.
Gaia, that's who I'm thinking of. Matty Gaia.
Yeah.
So you know, like, it is. There's definitely a market for it over there.
Oh, definitely.
You know, so
they had big crowds. They used to have big crowds.
Yeah.
So no, looking forward to the trip. So I still have to finish packing. So left at the last minute. But
just remember, the sun sets over the water over there, Danny. It doesn't come up over the water like it does on this.
So anyway, Danny, thank you very much for your time, and happy packing.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
I hope you have a safe flight there, and a good time and safe journey back.
Oh, thanks for having me. Always enjoy your company.
Thank you very much for your time. Then.
Thank you.
All right, thanks, Danny.
Thanks,
cheers.
Rum City Foods stocks everything. Paul's milk, frozen products, packaged foods, dairy, bakery, drinks, chemicals, and all the hospitality packaging you need. Find them at rumcityfoods.com.au or at their massive new premises on Commercial Street, Bundaberg.
Your local Better are your appliance specialists with everything from fridges and laundry to TV, small appliances and much more. Plus, take advantage of our free delivery service within 20 k's of your local Better store. Go local. That's better.
Welcome back to the Kickoff, and now we're just going to talk about local games in Wide Bay and Bundaberg. Well, it's coming round to finals, but not in South Burnett. They've still got another couple of rounds to go in the South Burnett. So they've
got some results there, Dino.
Results there.
Yeah, Wandai have had a win over Mergen in the A grade there, 38-24.
Yep.
So well done to Wandai that, and the Kingaroy Red Ants have beaten the Sherbrooke Hornets.
Yeah. So
bounced back. So Sherbrooke actually beat them the other week, Dino.
So there's on the league ladder, Kingaroy is top with 16.
Yep.
Sherbrooke have 12, Wandai 10, and Mergen have got 1 win for 2 points. So that's a with 2 rounds to go.
Yep.
Sherbrooke can catch if the Kingaroy don't win any games.
Yeah, right.
So there's still a little bit of movement could be happening around there.
Okay, very good. So yeah, well, good luck to the for the last few rounds there out in the South Burnett. To all teams considered out there, coming up the finals times. But we're right in the thick of it, Dino. in the Central Burnett, mate.
Central Burnett, big final, grand
final week this week for those guys.
Big shock in the preliminary final. And Eidsvold Eagles are going to the big dance.
Yeah, mate. Oh, yeah, very shocked. I mean, so in the regular season, they won one game of footy.
Yeah, and they've done 2 semi-finals.
They've won 2 semis, mate. They've come out and beat Mundubbera Tigers 38-30, and they're a chance at a premiership.
They are.
It can be done.
Yep.
You know, I know Shawnee Collins had a run around out there on the weekend.
Yeah, I think...
Joey Alberts.
I don't think Ivan Collins was missing. I think he was out of the team, but they did turn up with a full 19. So
makes a big difference.
Yeah.
And I guarantee you they'll be coming out the woodworks for a grand final, mate, against Gayndah this weekend. So well done to the Eidsvold Eagles. You know, first year back in the competition out there.
Yeah.
It's a massive thing. Congratulations to everyone involved with Eidsvold. Well done for getting to the big dance. One game to go. See what they can come up with, Dino.
And good luck next year, Macca.
Yeah. Macca's on Mad Monday with his boys, so...
He'll be a bit disappointed.
Yeah, he would be disappointed, mate. I thought they were shaping up as probably my favourite to win the comp, to be honest.
Yeah.
But, you know, that's footy. They just didn't get the job done. Without seeing the game and only getting scores and stuff, I can't really comment. So.
No. So, moving on to Northern Districts.
Yeah.
Semi-finals in the Northern Districts.
Yeah, mate. We would have the main game out there, so to automatically go straight into a grand final will be Isis, the minor premiers, up against Avondale, who finished second. Yeah. So they'll be the main game, and the other game will be between South Calan Sharks and Gingin.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see what happens there. Avondale beat Isis last week.
Yep.
And Isis had a pretty much a full strength side. So anything can happen there. You know, I still think it's Isis's premiership to lose.
Yeah.
Just with the quality of player they got around, but Paulie Barrett's got the Avondale boys coming good at the right time of year.
Yep, and so the loser will have another bite at the cherry.
Yeah,
so
absolutely.
It could be the major semi could be the grand final game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Effectively. So, anyway, good luck to everybody competing out there in the Northern Districts, and start of the finals in the BRL, Dean.
Yep, Solihull's a place to be this week if you want some semi-final football.
Yeah, right across the board. 18 starting nice and early at 10:30. 2 18s games, 2 reserve grade games, and then finishing off at 6 o'clock with 4:45 and 4:15 and 6 o'clock with 2 A grade games.
Yeah.
So in the A grade there, it'll be an elimination final between Wallaroos and Eastern Suburbs.
Yeah.
So the winner of that moves on. The loser is gone for the year. Yeah. That'll be their last game. And then you've got a qualifying final between Waves and West. So the winner of that contest will go into the preliminary final to play brothers to see who goes first in the grand final the week after.
Yep.
Could be interesting there. I'm not sure any outcomes out of the last round game of West, or judiciary outcomes. No. So we'll wait and see what sort of side that the Western Suburbs Panthers put out there on Saturday. But, you know, Waves, as far as I'm aware, they've got everyone on board. So I've heard they're at full strength. So be a good game
football.
To watch. Yeah.
Good football.
Yeah,
so that's
about all we got today.
Best of luck, everybody who's playing in a final or in the semis. Enjoy your football. Hope you all have an injury-free game, and best of luck to you all.
We'll be back to wrap it up next week.
Okay, so that's the end of the show this week, and we will be back next week with some of the results from the grand final and some semi-final results. Good night.